Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Women Who Rock with Success, which is an award-winning show for professional women. We profile a collective of amazing women who are thriving to build their brand. Women are handpicked in various fields who can provide credible information to build your business and lifestyle. We are live each Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time, followed by our latest brand, Women Who Rock Investigates. To learn more about us, go to our website at www.womenwhorockwithsuccess.com. Now, let's join our podcast host in the studio, Mrs. Diane Winbush.
Good morning and welcome to Women Who Rock with Success. Thank you for tuning back in with us on today and sharing with us all today. We've been busy all day long with interviews, and we're just so thankful for the audience. Continue to follow us all day long. So thank you once again. So on this segment, we will still be talking about beauty, fashion, and we have in the studio with us celebrity hairstylist Christina Flach, who is going to be able to share some information with us on today. And we're going to learn a little bit about her and her brand and what makes her so unique in what she does. So good morning, Christina, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I am doing so great, and thank you so much for tuning in. You know, as the spring is about to come in, this is what women are loving.
Right.
I think you're about the second
Absolutely.
one we have had today as a celebrity, and so the first one, I think she was dealing with makeup, and so you're the hairstylist. So this is what women are looking for, especially around this time.
I'm actually a celebrity I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm actually a celebrity makeup artist. I do both hair and makeup. So, yeah, so I'm happy to talk about both. Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect. So we're so glad that you're here. So first we want to start out by you sharing with the audience and with all of us a little bit about you and what was your passion to be in the beauty industry.
Well, my name is Christina Flach, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pretty Girl Makeup, and I have always loved making people look like the best versions of themselves. My first client was actually my mom. She had terminal cancer when I was a young girl, and she was going, and she was going out on a date with my father, and I wanted to help get her, dressed up, and so, with the few makeup products she had, I didn't even think I had any skills, but I miraculously made her look so much better. But most importantly was how she felt. And so that just really stuck with me all my life on how different that, using a little bit of makeup can make someone feel. And so I started doing friends and family and then doing weddings, and then I worked with photographers, and then that kind of segued into doing, different clients. I've worked with Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I'm doing a TV show right now in Los Angeles with Tyler Florence for the Food Network. I've worked with Hilary Swank, Rita Moreno. Yeah, so I've worked with a lot of my agents are amazing. They book me extraordinary jobs, and I'm so blessed to work with amazing people in different places all over the place.
Okay, that is so wonderful, and so I'm kind of laughed a little bit, but I'm sorry about your mom, and no one wants to go through pain, and no one wants to, go through certain things, and so because that was kind of cute, the daughter working on the mom's face or fixing her hair or what have you, and so it turned into something so awesome. Oh wow! So why did you decide Pretty Girl? Tell us a little bit about that. Why was that name so unique for you?
Well, I was on vacation with my family and some friends, and I have this very funny friend who is a German model, and we were sitting by the pool, and our kids had finally gotten to that age where we didn't have to be in the pool with them. We could sit next to the pool and just kind of look at our magazines and chat, and she said, "Honey, look at us. We're pretty girls." No, and I said, "What on earth does that mean?" And she said, "It means that no one knows we're mommies for 5 minutes." And I just laughed so hard. I thought that was the funniest thing. And so I thought, you know what? Every mom, every woman, everyone needs to feel pretty for a minute sometimes in their day. And so I thought that would be a perfect name for my company. And then I had at that point been working with a beauty chemist to formulate my lip glosses and lip plumper. And so I just thought that was a good name for my product. I was very inspired by the women that created Benefit Cosmetics. They had fabulous packaging and really funny, cute, whimsical names. And I thought, oh, this is perfect, Pretty Girl. So I named, Pretty Girl Lunch, Day at the Spa, Let's Go Shopping, Love of My Life, just funny little names, Private Jet. And I just thought how great as a mom, because I am the mother of 5, that to be able to look at your lip gloss for a minute and just kind of feel like your lips are hydrated and, they're looking great, but, just to look down at a funny name like Private Jet and just laugh for half of a second is, I just thought as a mom, we all need that for just a minute sometimes. So that's how I came up with Pretty Girl.
Great. So I'm sure also that empowers your children as well, because that's something as an empowerment, even though women wear several hats. They have several categories of where they work. Corporate American women, people are in the actor. I was just speaking with someone. It was like, oh, my daughter wants to go to school, and she's going to school as a film director. So, and I feel that all the time after we just learned about the death of I can't think of her name, Miss USA. And so I think that makeup empowers women. It makes them to feel good about themselves. It motivates them, And so I just love these interviews. I really do, because I feel that even after women are on their path of trying to excel as a brand, as a marketer, as a brand strategist or what have you, I think it's the makeup is what you do to put on yourself every day to be able to impact that. You have to impact it, because once the individual walks out that door, we don't know what's going to, we have to face. Maybe it's someone that's want to do road rage in traffic. We'll just keep that makeup, those clothing on, and that hair. Oh, I got my hair fixed. I'm not going to let you bother me today. So I feel that is so impactful. I'm not going to let you bother me.
True.
You can get in front of me, or what have you. And so I think that is so wonderful. So how has that been fulfilling for you, as a, you have started out just with your mom. That is something very critique. You just started out with one person, and now you are doing it for so many millions of other women. So how has that been fulfilling and rewarding for you in your career?
It is really rewarding. I did a pro bono, a charity event for a company, not a company, but a foundation up where I live in California, and they had given a makeover for a teenage girl that had a really challenging childhood. And so I did her makeup, and her mom brought her over to my house, and it was so interesting how just teaching her how to do her own makeup and show her what products would be best for her skin tone, and giving her, a few little tips, how different she felt after. I received a note from her mother just saying, like, you have no idea that my daughter is walking around with just such a different level of confidence and feeling so good about herself from just learning to do a little bit of makeup. And I thought, that is so fabulous to me, to be able to make someone feel better, because unfortunately, and I don't know if it's unfortunate, but realistically, we are all visual people. And, our confidence does, when we're feeling good about ourselves, we are able to be even a better version of ourselves in the workplace and in our personal lives. And so I do feel that it's important. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing superficial about looking and feeling your best. And, if that makes you have a better attitude, fantastic. And, I've taught my children. I mentioned that I have 5 children, and 2 of my children have graduated from college. Rose went to NYU, and she went to film school, and she is a screenwriter in Los Angeles. And my daughter, Melania, went to Central St. Martin's University in London. She is a fashion designer, and she has created her own line. And both of the girls I think that's one of the things that it does bring me joy is that my kids have seen that I love waking up every morning and either going to do a photo shoot or working on my company, that they've figured out. I've always said, figure out what you love doing so much that you wouldn't care about getting paid, because usually when you're starting a business, you don't really get paid very well. In fact, you don't get paid at all sometimes. And so, but you have to love doing, or if you have to love doing it, or it's never going to succeed. So I love seeing that both my girls have figured out what they love doing and figured out how to do it in a way that makes them happy, but also brings them, a monetary way to, support themselves.
And we can also, reflect on Lori Loughlin's daughter is a prime example. She, I don't want to go to school. I want to look beautiful. I want to train other women or other teenagers or other millennials how to be beautiful or what have you. And so I think that is, we have to give our children them to be able to we have to give them room to be able to know what it is that they want to do for themselves. So that is so beautiful that that we look at beauty as an inspiring others, and also we can reflect on Jennifer Garner. Just think about it; she's a Woman of the Year of Harvard University of receiving her first kiss. And then also
that's amazing.
We can also reflect.
I love hearing these stories. So great.
Yeah, and we could reflect on, I'm going to tell you something, the journalists. Just think about it, how that impacts them when they're on the television and they all beautified up. They got this makeup, and, of course, there are celebrities behind the scenes that are making them look like dolls, such as yourself. They're able to get on the screen and everything is in place, the makeup and everything. So that's what we're going to talk about next, how important it is, or do you suggest SPF to be, especially when the summer temperature is about to rise, spring temperature is about to rise as well. Here in the South, it's supposed to be 80 degrees today. What in the world?
Oh, my goodness.
But to say the least, a lot of times it's important. I know we love to look beautiful, but how important is the next question for you, is that we use the different types of sunscreen to be able to put on in order to protect our skin and our beautiness while we're trying to, empower ourselves, because I really do. I do believe that women use makeup, especially if they're going through something, whether it's personal or it's something on their job or whether it's something financial or it's something at the office. I feel that women use the makeup to be able to also identify themselves. Women are strong in some areas, and I do feel that makeup and fashion does a lot to be able to catapult that as well. So share with us a little bit about that, about the sunscreen and the importance of using that before you apply the makeup.
Absolutely. Well, I think sunscreen is incredibly important. I also think taking care of your skin with eye creams, vitamin C's, it's super important, even if with the sunscreen you need to wear a hat and sunglasses. But I also feel that your skin is going to look better from the inside out if you eat well, if you don't drink a lot of, alcohol, not consume a lot of sugar. Okay. If you have the green juice, drink a lot of water. In the morning, first thing, I have a big glass of water with a big splash of Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It helps realkaline your system. It helps get rid of sugar cravings. It's just really, it boosts your immune system. It's fantastic. So I really feel that beauty from the inside out is just as important as what you put on top of it. So all those things, it does matter what you eat. Sugar is the devil.
Okay.
And alcohol is never going to make you pretty. Yeah, alcohol is never going to make you pretty. So.
Exactly. I can agree with that. I'm free from alcohol. I don't do anything like that. Have never done it. I think I may have tasted it, and I think I was a child or younger or something like that. Just totally horrible. So, and even though, we can look at your site as well and be able to grasp some of the elements from what you're saying as well. I said, when I first looked at your picture, I said, now, wow, look at this. Because even though sometimes people use makeup, Christina, sometimes you still can't hide it. And I see this with your photo.
You can only hide so much. I agree with you. You're absolutely right.
So I believe that you have really been taking care of your skin, and I believe that when we profile our identity, I think it's very, very important that we be able to I don't know, it's very important that the pot can't call the kettle black. We have to make sure that it's equal. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to share with someone how to eat healthy, and I'm over 200 pounds in weight or what have you. So I think that is very, very wonderful as to how you describe yourself in a very descriptive way on your site as to teaching others how to, have healthy skin and what have you. So even with that, Christina, we want to move on to the next question. And so we want to be able to talk about we saw where you had lost your husband recently in 2018. Mm-hmm. And of course, we're sorry to hear that. And so we want you to also to share a little bit about that in your career and how that was something that kind of helped you to be able to continue to move forward and be motivated. And we want you to also talk about sepsis as well, because that's something that I saw on your brand as well as to how you go and you talk about that in different areas of the world.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my husband, I was married to Ken Flach. He was a professional tennis player. He and his partner, Rob Seguso, were number one in the world. They had won a gold medal in Seoul, won multiple Wimbledons, were on the Davis Cup team, and I had married the love of my life in 2010, and we were very happily married until he got sick in March of 2018. He had a bad cold, which turned into bronchitis and then into pneumonia. And then the doctors didn't see him in California. We were with Kaiser Permanente at the time, and he was not seen. He was misdiagnosed over the phone. And within 16 hours, he was on life support. And he contacted sepsis, which is an infection of the blood that attacks all your vital organs. After he passed in 4 days after that. Sepsis is an incredibly aggressive disease. It can be treated very easily if you are given a blood test to determine if you have sepsis. They give you an IV antibiotic, and you should live a normal, healthy life after that. Unfortunately, because my husband wasn't seen, he was on life support, as I mentioned, in 16 hours and never regained consciousness after that. So after he passed, the Sepsis Alliance contacted me and asked if I would be willing to honor my husband, but to raise awareness for sepsis, because my husband and I had no idea what sepsis was. We didn't know what the signs were. And so I said, yes, I would like to do that. As part of my grieving process, if you go to sepsis, if your listeners go to sepsis.org and scroll down, there's a diagram that says time. And what time is, T is for temperature. You can be incredibly hot or incredibly cold. I is for infection in some form of your body, whether it be bronchitis or a cut or an infected tooth. M is for mental decline. It's hard to rouse them. They're just kind of foggy. And then E is for excruciating pain. You're in incredible pain because you're dying, and it's a pain that you don't even know exists. And so if you have any of those symptoms, get to the emergency, get a blood test, and then you can determine whether you're septic or not. And so I can't tell you how many people I have heard from that have heard different interviews I've done, telling me that they had no idea what sepsis was and that their loved one did have the signs. They got them to the doctor and they were saved. So that really makes me happy to hear that I'm able to help others through the pain that my family and I are enduring through Ken's passing.
Okay. So we're gonna kind of move on, and I wanted to say before I asked you that question that you could be able to limit that as much as you felt that you could be able to stand to answer and respond to that question, because we don't, we're very sympathetic for our guests and what have you. But I just wanted the audience to learn a little bit more about you and not just the makeup part, but how you encourage others. from your experience as well. So what are some of the long-term goals? I know that you also do classes and what have you. So what would be one of the long-term goals that you would like to accomplish as a celebrity makeup artist and what have you for your clients?
Well, I am going to Denver next week with my business partner, Jordan Hall, and we are meeting with our investors, and we are expanding our line, but also creating a new line. So we're very excited about that, and I'm going to continue doing more photo shoots and meeting with clients and teaching them. This week, I think, in People magazine, there is an article on Rita Moreno, and I did her makeup for that, so that's pretty exciting. And I have a TV show coming out with Tyler Florence, The Great Food Truck Race, which is on the Food Network, which we're working on right now in Los Angeles for the next month.
Okay, great. So I'm knowing that I'm going to be able to see that because I love the Food Network. I do. I love Guy's Grocery, whatever it is he's doing. We had one of the contestants for. I can't think of his name. I think it's I can't think of the name of the show that was on there, but we had him as a guest last month. It's on our Facebook page, Women Who Rock with Success, but he was just so humble and so wonderful to interview, and so I love those types of guests.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So what we want to do is we want you to be able to have an opportunity, Christina, to be able to share with the audience how they can be able to find you, how they can be able to follow you, any books that you have published, and, of course, I know that you stated that you had several events that was coming up, and plus that you were coming up with another show or what have you. We want you to be able to share your website if they need to be able to come to your site and book an appointment or what have you. You can be able to do that at this time with the audience.
Okay, great. Well, you can go to prettygirlmakeup.com to see our makeup products. We're also offering a 25% discount to all your listeners with the discount code PrettyGirl. If you would like to look at my portfolio or book me, my website is ChristinaFlach.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Christina Flach Makeup, and Pretty Girl Makeup is PrettyGirlMkup. We are on Facebook, Twitter. Where else are we? YouTube. Thank you so much for having me today. Instagram, yes, we're on that as well.
You are so welcome. We have been delighted to interview you today, and we thank you so much for taking out the opportunity because we know that you have a busy schedule with other celebrities, trying to get things together for your upcoming adventures that you have. So thank you so much for being our guest on today. And so Women Who Rock with Success, just meet us back here again Tuesday morning, and we're going to get started at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have you been looking for an online business that will actually make you money? Well, your search is finally over at ecomsglobal.com. With Ecoms Global, you will find an opportunity to own your very own business that will make you real money. Ecoms Global has everything you need to start your very own home-based e-commerce business today. Included is a site builder, your own website with a content management system, product inventory, and even a shopping cart for your customers. Ecoms Global is the real deal, and they use the latest technology that accepts Bitcoin payments. Now you can own a real e-commerce business that is very lucrative for just $11.97. Stop searching the net for weeks and months at a time, looking for opportunities that simply don't work. Ecoms Global is the world's only integrated e-commerce system. Start your very own e-commerce business in minutes. Visit ecomsglobal.com. You've wasted enough time. This is it. ecomsglobal.com.